Well, hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you. Today is 3/30/2020, my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
but I'm not married to this lovely lady on the screen.
No.
I'm married to the lovely lady that was on last night's prayer
Yeah.
call with me. So check that out on my Facebook page. And I do like to say hello to the people that are watching a recording of this at a later time, because it's just about now that this is getting to the live feeds on both Facebook and YouTube because of the lag. So I like to say hello to the people watching at a later time first, and then and give everybody a chance to get into the room. So thank you for that. Welcome. Again, my name's Robert Brzezinski. I love doing these morning prayers every day at 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And I want you to know that this program is sponsored by Daily Spirit Callings. Daily Spirit Callings is a daily email delivered to your inbox with an affirmation, inspiration, and call to action. And now it's a podcast. One of the best ways to start your day for just a minute and a half. So check that out on your favorite podcast platforms. Just search for Daily Spirit Callings. So, Reverend Jody, hello, dear one. Welcome. Glad you're with us.
Good morning.
And Reverend Jody, you're in Colorado, so I know you're enjoying this glorious day that I see out my window. But as is kind of what we do here, I like to ask everybody that gets a chance to sit in, what's going on for you? What's in your heart around all of this interesting weirdness, and what's your prayer request?
Well, like everyone else, I think I've had my ups and my downs, but mostly ups. Actually, my life hasn't changed all that much because I work at home. But I do understand, and I have great compassion for the people whose lives have been just completely uprooted. So there's been lots of prayers for lots of different areas. I'm going to turn my phone down. The area that I think about a lot, we've had, thousands of people have died in all over the world, but also in America. So as you know, I am a great lover of animals. So where my heart is now is for those dogs and cats whose owners have died. What is happening to them? I know that my husband and I support as many animal rescue places as we can. I'm really afraid of myself to go and work there because I think I'd bring all of them home. And Dewey would not be happy about that. No. So we give money more than our time and talent just because I don't fully trust myself. But I do think about all those people who have left animals behind. And I would like to do a prayer for them. Those four-leggeds that all of a sudden are like, what has happened?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And we'll get to that in just a second. You remind me, I saw a single panel cartoon last night, and it's a board table with a bunch of dogs sitting around the boardroom. And the guy at the head of the table says, "Mission Operation COVID-19 is working perfectly. All of our adults are staying home with us."
Right.
And then at the far end of the table, there's a cat that says, "Hey, why wasn't my department consulted about this?" And here at this house we have all kinds of furry creatures, and we've got more legs in this house than I can count when it comes right down to it. So
I know you do. I woke up the other night, and I'm at an age where they open up stores for us in the early mornings. We're more, as my doctor would say, at the extreme age. Excuse me. So I'm not so concerned about me or my husband. We've talked about it. But I woke up the other morning, I thought, oh my God, what would happen to Dewey if both of us died? And that created more anxiety in me. So I've talked it out with my soul daughter, and I now know what would happen, and everything's fine. But so
Yeah.
there you go.
All right. Well, folks, we're gonna do what we call a share a prayer here. So Reverend Jody's gonna get us started, and at some point, Spirit will tell her, "Hey, you're done. Pass it over." She'll hand it over to me, and I'll wrap it up, and then we'll say a few words at the end. So, please, dear one, Reverend Jody, take us away.
So what I absolutely know to be true is that deep within each of us is a place of calm, a place of peace, a place that is completely unscathed and unruffled by the human drama. It's the very source of our being. It's a source of love and health and healing and respect, kindness. It truly is the source from which we co-create our lives and live and move and have our very being. And it is in this place of knowing that I speak my word for every four-legged animal on this planet, especially the domesticated ones, the ones that are family members and soulmates and friends, the ones that remind us that being with them is truly an honor and a privilege. So I give thanks to the great four-leggeds that so love us and support us. And I know that for the four-leggeds that have lost their family members to this pandemic, to this virus, I know that they are deeply cared for and loved, and that they find homes, and that they are given food and veterinarian supplies and help when needed. And I truly give thanks to the great divine for being so creative in creating our furry friends. And it is in this absolute knowingness that I pass this over to my beautiful colleague, Reverend Robert.
And I do too stand in that place of knowing there is really only one life, one God, one source, one supply, one infinite creative power that is here and now bringing itself into form across this entire planet. And yes, that is our two-legged furry creatures, our four-legged furry creatures, those with feathers and scales and all of it. Because no matter what, it's all one life. It's God's life, and it's perfect right now, right here. And I know that one life expressing as my life, as your life, as all life. I know there is a great expression and experience and revelation that is happening here, and that we each get to interpret that differently. We each get to interpret that according to our own beliefs, our own understanding, our own thoughts. And yet at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that it truly is all one. That there's nothing going on here but God's life. And so in God's life, there is this unevenness, this virus that's just a little out of balance in the grand scheme of things. And so as that experience has its life, I stand in the trust that God's life supersedes that. And knowing God expressing is all about, and everyone I know, everyone across the planet, I know that there is within each of us everything necessary to overcome this imbalance. There's everything within necessary to transform not only our own lives, but the lives of humanity across the entire planet. Because this great revelation is occurring, each one is being called to a new way of being. Perhaps that's a new way of connecting with our furry creatures and pets. Perhaps that's a new way of serving that aspect of God. For I know God's heart is beating in the pets and the animals, those that are running free and those that serve in some work capacity. And so I know that within this divine masterpiece, there is a way forward for all life, every form of life. This is not the end of life. This is but a new beginning, a new expression of life, a new expression of livingness on this planet and beyond. And so I too am filled with a great, great sense of gratitude. Gratitude for what is emerging, gratitude for what is past and no longer part of our truth. Most especially grateful to know that throughout it all, God's got this. It is not I doing the work. It is not any one of us doing the work. It is not even all of us doing the work together. It is God doing the work through us, through my hands, through your hands. So I invite each one that hears these words to tap in and allow Spirit to reveal the sacred mission that we each are on. And in that, reveal the sacred vision for humanity's evolution, for humanity's growth, for the next great paradigm, the next great epoch on this thing called planet Earth and this thing called life. So I do know that great and glorious healing is already underway. And I know it's good because it could be no other way. It must be good because it must be God. And it could be no other way. So with a grateful heart, I release this word into that law that has already said yes, that is already operating. The law of God that is moving all the pieces and all the parts, bringing forth everything necessary for the fulfillment of the grand vision for our lives. I let that power take over. I get out of the way. I release the word into the law. I affirm that it is so. And I just say, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, God.
Mm-hmm. And so it is. And thank you, dear one, for being with me this morning. Thank you for all of you that are watching, either live or at another time. We do really appreciate that you're here with us. And remember, there's another great resource out there for you, New Thought Radio, positively inspiring songs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at New Thought Radio. They're a sponsor of this program as well. So we'll see you again tonight, later this evening, 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Jamie Lula is going to be with me tonight, so that should be interesting to say the least, and I trust a lot of fun. So, Reverend Jody, you don't have to go anywhere. We can chat for a second after this is over, but everybody else, thank you for being with us. We love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
See you again soon.